Hello and welcome to this edition of Shelby This Week. Here are some of the stories we have coming up for you. Absentee ballots must arrive by Election Day in order to be counted, according to the Michigan Court of Appeals. We have more details coming up. And this political season, campaigns know that the easiest way to reach you is via your phone. So you may have noticed an increase in calls and text messages. Well, we have some helpful information to help stop those unwanted phone calls and text messages. We have these stories and more on this edition of Shelby This Week. Absentee ballots must arrive by Election Day in order to be counted, according to the Michigan Court of Appeals, which was determined on Friday, October 16th. This means that the 14-day extension that had been ordered by a lower court will no longer take place. Absentee ballot extensions in Wisconsin and Indiana have also been overturned by higher courts. Michigan's ability to handle an overwhelming amount of ballots will be closely watched, and according to the Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson, 2.7 million people had requested absentee ballots, which is a result of a change in law that makes them available to any voter. Michigan law states that absentee ballots must be turned in by 8 p.m. on Election Day in order to be valid. This political season, campaigns know that the easiest way to reach you is via your phone, so you may have noticed an increase in calls, text messages, and even emails. Texts have been proven to be specifically effective in reaching you because the average American checks their phone about 100 times a day, according to a study done at Cameron University. Some people are even calling this year the texting election. According to the Trump campaign, they will be sending out more than 1 billion text messages by Election Day. And now texts from both political parties are flooding phones for voters who never even signed up for them. However, there is a way that you can opt out of receiving those text messages. If you receive a text that you don't want, just simply reply "stop," and they are obligated to stop sending you messages going forward. However, that does not guarantee that you won't receive more text messages coming from different phone numbers. The Better Business Bureau is also warning people of texts that are soliciting campaign contributions because you cannot be certain that your money is indeed going to the candidate that you want. The Better Business Bureau recommends that you not respond to the text message, but instead visit the candidate's website and make your contribution there. The Shelby Township Police Department is still in search for the person responsible for striking a pedestrian with their vehicle and fleeing the scene. The incident occurred on October 1st at approximately 10:20 p.m. at the intersection of 23 Mile Road and Shaner Road. According to police, the victim was struck by an unknown vehicle that was driving on Shaner Road and did not attempt to stop after striking the victim. The victim, who was identified as Maya Shaw, was a 21-year-old Shelby Township resident and had just left work at Burger King, which is located on the southwest corner of the intersection. Surveillance video was able to capture the incident, where it shows that Shaw was attempting to cross Shaner Road at the crosswalk. She was then struck by a light-colored vehicle that police believe was a Dodge Challenger from the model years of 2015 to 2020. The owner of the Burger King franchise in which Shaw worked is offering a $5,000 reward for information that will lead to an arrest and conviction in this case. And if you have any information regarding this incident, you are being asked to call the Shelby Township Police Department at 586-731-2121 at extension 3. Or you may submit a secure tip through the Crime Watch platform at shelbytownshipolice.org. Still ahead on Shelby This Week, Meijer is the latest grocery store to offer grocery pickup service at no additional charge for customers. We have more details coming up. And Dave & Buster's will be permanently laying off more than 300 employees in Michigan. Stay with us for more Shelby This Week.
When it comes to our children and families, we do everything we can to play it safe. Annual flu vaccination is the single best way to help safeguard from flu and reduce the spread of the virus. Families Fighting Flu is devoted to protecting your family against this serious and potentially deadly disease. The flu poses a risk to all ages, but together we can fight flu. Flu vaccines can save lives. Get your family vaccinated every year. Visit familiesfightingflu.org.
Hi, I'm Anthony Anderson, and on TV I play a dad who has it all. But growing up, my real life was very different. My parents taught me that tomorrow isn't promised to anyone. That's why they each had life insurance to take care of the future. I got my first policy when I was 18. Now, would your family be okay if something happened to you? If you can buy a latte, you can buy life insurance. It's that affordable. Join me in taking care of our family's futures at lifehappens.org.
A public service message from the nonprofit Life Happens.
Nearly half of children with autism wander away from safe places. If you ever see a child walking alone, remember the 3 S's: stop, seek, and stay. Learn more at missingkids.com/aware.
Meijer is the latest grocery store to offer grocery pickup service at no additional charge for customers. The program is currently being offered right before the holiday season and does not require membership. The pickup service is free on orders of $50 or more, and it offers the same in-store prices and as well as access to weekly sales items. Meijer is hoping to help customers to help manage their lives better during the pandemic and to enhance their shopping experiences. Meijer is also planning to hire 10 to 15 team members at each store in preparation for the holiday season. The pickup service is available from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. every day. And if you are interested in becoming a personal shopper at Meijer, you can apply at jobs.meijer.com. Dave & Buster's will be permanently laying off more than 300 employees in Michigan effective November 8th as the chain struggles with the COVID-19 downturn. The company notified the state that due to unforeseeable circumstances of the pandemic, that it will be laying off 119 employees at the Utica location and 111 employees at the Livonia location. A third location in Kentwood, which is in the Grand Rapids area, will also be laying off 81 employees. All Dave & Buster's locations are currently operating under reduced hours and capacity limits, as well as new seating and gaming guidelines to promote social distancing, according to the chain. The future plans of the Michigan locations are currently up in the air. However, the Utica, Livonia, and Kentwood locations are not permanently being closed, and that the company plans to rehire when economic and COVID-19 conditions make it possible to do so. Would you like an opportunity for your child to have their drawing talents on display? Well, here's your chance. Shelby Township is offering an opportunity for your child's Halloween drawings to be featured on Shelby Township's children's show, The Treehouse. The drawings can be of any kind of Halloween theme, such as pumpkins or ghosts, but please be sure to keep the drawings family friendly. You may submit your drawings to info@shelbytwp.org and be sure to put The Treehouse in the subject line. Submissions will be accepted until October 22nd. The Shelby Township Library is hosting Chef Colleen Sarah as she will be preparing wellness cocktails that not only taste good but can help to boost immunity. You can join Chef Sarah on Facebook Live beginning on Wednesday, October 21st at 7 p.m. She will be mixing cocktails and then sharing her favorite snacks for your own cocktail hour. For more information about this Facebook Live event, you may visit shelbytwplib.org. Coming up next, we'll introduce you to our new Business of the Week, and we'll highlight high school sports for the week. So stay with us for more Shelby This Week.
Let's be real. There are days when every mom wants to tell her kids to take a hike.
That's actually a pretty good idea.
Because when you take us hiking
Or let us run outside.
and acting silly, you're making our lives healthier and happier.
So next time when Mom wants you to take a hike,
Tell her to go to beoutthere.org to find fun ideas for helping kids enjoy the great outdoors.
be out there!
You're always trying to keep your kids safe, right? What about preventing concussion? Concussion can happen anywhere, on a sports field, at the park, even at home. So you need to know the ABCs. Assess the situation, be alert for signs and symptoms, and contact a healthcare professional. Most kids recover completely, but seek care to help them get better faster. To learn more, go to cdc.gov/concussion. Keep kids safe. It's as simple as ABC.
This week, we take you to Revive Float Spa, a float and massage therapy center, to learn more about their business and what makes them unique.
What we offer here is a float therapy pod or tank where the floater immerses themselves in a pod with 189 gallons of water heated to body temperature with 1,100 pounds of magnesium sulfate. The magnesium sulfate is what allows the water or makes it so buoyant. Because you have the 1,100 pounds, it's literally like being in the Dead Sea. Even people who can't float, the minute you lay back on the water, you automatically float. And the benefit of that is because of all the magnesium and our bodies being deficient of it, it's so healthy for us. We have NBA athletes who attend here who come for muscle recovery and just overall mental sharpness. We have people who suffer from chronic pain who attend. So float therapy helps decrease the dependency on prescription medication by allowing people to naturally heal their bodies. The COVID pandemic affected my business drastically. Because we are a float center where people are laying in bodies of water, people are nervous. And because of that, our clientele has decreased by about 90%. So we've always disinfected the building with commercial grade disinfectant. We've always wiped down all touch surfaces. And the great thing about the pods are that it has a filtration system that gets 5 turnovers every 15 minutes. So that means every 15 minutes, 100% of our water gets cleaned at least 5 times. In addition to that, in the back of the pods, we have an ultraviolet system and an ozonator that cleans the water. So there are no bacteria or viruses that are capable of living in the water. In addition to that, we also vacuum and wipe all touch surfaces in between every client. And there's a 45-minute rest period between each client. So you've got the pod filtering the water 45 minutes before another client even comes in. And our goal is to make the room look like you're the first client attending it for the day, each and every time.
If you would like to have your business featured on Business of the Week, you may call 586-254-7130, or you may email Shelby TV at shelbytwp.org. Now, let's take a look at high school sports for this week.
In high school football action, the Eisenhower Eagles hosted the Chippewa Valley Big Reds in a MAC Red battle. And the Big Reds struck early. Cephas Harris with a 48-yard touchdown to put Chip up 7-0. Eisenhower would answer with this Mario Guitar pass to Anthony Cardamone, which tied it at 7.
Touchdown Eagles. Kept it in the end zone for no returns.
But on the ensuing kickoff, Chippewa Valley Cephas Harris would go 99 yards for another Big Red touchdown.
Breaks this one out across the 40, now across the 50. He's down the sideline. Let's see if they can catch him. That's Luke.
Chippewa Valley led 14-7. The Big Reds would then kick a field goal, leading 17-7 going into the half.
And it's up and good. Certain guys needed to be on the field.
In the second half, the Eagles would eventually score on this pass from Guitar to Jack Whitworth, and that cut Chippewa's lead 17-14. In the fourth, the Big Reds would kick another field goal to make it 20-14. But with under 2 minutes to play, the Eagles strike. Preston Crum throws to Nick Passarelli for the touchdown. The extra point was good, and Ike took the lead 21-20. But the Big Reds would march down the field to attempt this game-winning field goal. But it was no good, and Eisenhower comes from behind in their first win of the season, beating the Chippewa Valley Big Reds 21-20.
This week, we take you to the Humane Society of Macomb, where a kitten named Limp Biscuit is looking for a new home.
Sure. Limp Bizkit, who I had no hand in naming whatsoever, is a 6-month-old male kitten. He is all black. He's very sweet, a little bit on the shy side. We'd like to see him go to a family that's maybe got a little bit older kids. We're saying like maybe 10 and up, because he doesn't do real well with a lot of like overactivity, so little kids might be a little bit much for him. He would also probably benefit from going to a home without dogs, but he certainly could go home to a house with cats. Very shy at first, but he warms up. Very sweet cat, very affectionate. It just takes a little bit to warm up. Just that this time of year, we're getting ready for our big annual fundraiser. It's called Dog Extravaganza. It's going to be a virtual event that happens online. We got a magic show. There's going to be a silent auction, a bunch of other fun stuff. So if you're interested in that, give us a call at the shelter or check out our website, humanesocietyofmacomb.org, where you can find out information about that, and also all of our adoptable animals are listed there as well.
That's all we have for this edition of Shelby This Week. Remember, you can always watch us on Facebook and just search Shelby TV. We'll leave you with more sports highlights for this week, so enjoy, stay safe, and thank you for watching.